Hey, hey, welcome back and forward again to the next episode, the 820 podcast, the urgency meeting, brought to you by your host, Ming Ahmad. Want to get into the next podcast, but again, just as a quick, not preamble or waiver, just so you know, 820 respects or reflects the next 500 seconds of resilience. Yes, again, from the book Resilience, the Beauty of Presence. You can find it on Amazon as a paperback, ebook, or an audiobook. But again, I won't waste any more time on the introduction. Hopefully, you guys have getting used to my resilient and resounding voice on these podcasts. But let's give it a shot again today. This is part 2 of the 820 Creed. Remember the first one or the previous one, I touched on the two parts. The first part was remaining fiercely loyal and independent as part of the creed. Recognizing our commonality, that we are common coming into this world and it's what we were given, but being uncommon in your discipline, your focus, your own purpose. Mine is, I see myself as common like you, but with an uncommon discipline to lead. Not flawlessly, but that is the direction I'm going into. Yes, it's been going on 6 decades now, but at least that's what I understand of my purpose for being here. Again, even given that those two parts, the first sub parts of the first installment of the creed, fiercely loyal and independent, commonality, uncommon drive, and then lastly, on the first part, the responsibility plus accountability equals your awareness of that part of your purpose here, and as I'm using as a parameter for the 820 Creed. Second part today is about what I call the rules of friendship. The rules of friendship. Now, again, given this time and day in 2023, and even starting many years ago with social media, we all tend to use that term pretty loosely and equate our friend quotient with how many followers we have and how many quote unquote friends we have on, for example, Facebook or Twitter or whatever you do in your respective organizations. I think that's good, but use this as just maybe call it, a different perspective of what I think we should accept as a challenge to define what friends and friendship mean to us. I'm offering you my perspective today on how I define it. Good or bad, I don't have 1,000 friends or 100, hell, probably not even 10. But in less than 2 hands, I have in my life who I consider friends. Above and beyond relatives or bloodlines, but people that I know and can count on as friends. And let me dive into those definitions. Essentially, 3 outlining definitions of what I call the rules of friendship. 1, we have to have a shared experience of danger. A shared experience of danger. Could come from being in a tough organization, a tough company, or actually in combat and gone through the training to prepare for that. And you went through that with this person. And that leaves an indelible print in you personally, in your integrity, in your foundation, your core competency. A shared experience of danger. The second one is a shared or mutual trauma. Different from an experience, a dangerous experience, this is trauma. Meaning you probably could extend the first part as if we're in danger, you could say getting shot at or being under fire is a traumatic experience. But let's take that separately from a shared dangerous experience. Like it could be a car accident, could have been a nearby carjacking, or you could have almost run off a cliff doing a bike ride. That's a shared dangerous experience. A shared trauma or mutual trauma means we were in this together and something outside of the normal happened to us. You know, I don't know how to describe that, but it could have been. Let me give you an example in my life. Even though maybe one part of the entity, for example, my case, I had the stroke, I had the brain injury, but someone was there to either witness it or help me get through it. That was a shared trauma. And the third part would be a commitment, individual and then collective commitment to integrity, loyalty, and dependability. Commitment to integrity, loyalty, and dependability. And again, I'm giving you a quick one over outline of this summary. And we definitely can get into probably each part of the second part of the creed, in this case, the rules of friendship, and probably well worth diving deeper into any aspect of the rules of friendship, or a way to maybe refine them or expand them, or to bring them closer into a smaller set of rules that I'm considering as how you define for yourself friends and friendship. And again, I guess the thing could be, as I said earlier, the first two parts of the rules of engagement could probably be collapsed into one. A shared experience of trauma could probably be one. And the second piece could be a mutual commitment to that friend of our respective to each other. Commitment of loyalty, of integrity, and can you depend on me? Now I'll give you one quick example. One person who, not by blood, but by years of experience and through what I call the college experience, the Army experience, and then post-Army. I've known this man for 42 years, essentially over 2/3 of my life, who, without hesitation, I call him my brother. He's been there for me. He has guided me. He has reprimanded me, but he's provided guidance to me as only a brother could that I never had in my life. And this man has been more than a brother, more than a friend, more than a colleague, more than a fellow soldier or a comrade in arms. He's been a brother to me. And I'll ask him one day, maybe as an interview, for a announce his name out here. He might have to ask him first, but he's very, not shy, but reserved kind of person. But we'll say Paco is my brother, and I respect him as the man that he is and the man that he helped me to be. So again, quick summary on the second part of the 820 Creed. This was the rules of friendship. Please let me know what helped you, what is lacking from this podcast to you. I look forward to improving as we go along and go forward together. Again, from your host, Ming Ahmad, the 820 Podcast. Thank you.